Steppers and What It Ain't C Steppers. It's your girl Sierra Nicole, but you can call me Cece if you feeling me. Hi, I have my notebook here. Okay, today's video is going to be a life update. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, which you should be, I'm gonna put that right here. Then you probably saw my post last night talking about a certain situation, but I'm gonna talk about that later in this video. However, we're gonna knock out some of the smaller stuff and then we'll get to the juicier details later. So thank you so much for being here. We're at 134 subscribers, guys. I'm sorry, we're at 134 steppers, okay? And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much for joining my community. It means the world to me and I genuinely appreciate it. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me and I can't wait to continue growing. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you are new and turn on your post notifications so you know every time I'm coming. All right, guys, let's jump into this video because we got some stuff to talk about, okay? So let's go. So the first thing I want to talk about, because as you guys know, my family just did a cross-country move. So we are back living on the East Coast, which has been absolutely amazing. So that's the first thing that I'm going to talk about here. A couple weeks ago, I asked you guys like a Q&A, just to ask me some questions. And literally you guys asked me the same exact question on every platform, which was, what is my favorite part about being back home? And truthfully, if I had to say, I think my favorite part is just honestly watching my kids flourish. It's nice to see all of them just developing in their own ways. And of course, like my other second favorite is just that I feel like me and my husband are really getting a lot of our like time back. We're able to date, we're able to like talk and hang out. So I really feel like that those are genuinely my favorite things about being back home thus far. I will say though, like one of the biggest things that I recognized and I've realized living in Colorado and just not being around like the things that I'm used to being around, the types of food that I'm used to eating, the types of people I'm used to seeing, the types of businesses, the way that they're ran, just things like that. I will say there's a lot of things that we as people take for granted. A lot of things that we would consider small things that we take for granted. Access to medical care, access to fresh food. There's just a lot of things that we, especially as Americans, take for granted, and living in Colorado really opened my eyes to that. So being back home, it just feels really good to have access to the things that I would like to have access to. And I just, man, that's a topic for another day, but I did want to incorporate that too. I feel like we as Americans get really hung up on just superficial things. And like, we really need to take a minute to just be grateful for the small things, which aren't really small. We should just take a minute to just be grateful for them, because it can be taken from us at any moment, or we can simply not have it at any moment. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about today was learning how to clap for myself. I did talk with you guys on Instagram a little bit. I had like a story where I was kind of talking about, you know, how it was just a little bit difficult for me to really clap for myself sometimes, have that support for myself, just really give that fire to myself the way that I give it to other people. I definitely want to make sure that I'm doing that more, especially like I just turned 29, if you can't tell. I just had a birthday, September 10th, and I'm just getting older and I want to learn how to pour into myself the way that I pour into others. Or the way that I have poured into others. I want to take that time and give that love, that patience, the support, all of that. I want to give it to me. So I did want to take a minute to like accomplish some of the things that happened while I was 28. And I did want to take like just a small second to talk about the growth I see within myself, because I feel like there's been a lot of moments where I've been tested lately and the self-growth has been off the chain. That's not to say I haven't reacted as a human, because I am human, but I definitely have matured in the way that I react to a lot of different situations now. And truthfully, that's something to be proud of. I will forever be proud of myself for continuously learning how to adapt to situations that may not be favorable. like I was saying, y'all, some of the things that happened for me while I was 28, we gonna start off the top. Savage X Fenty liked my video. Me. It's giving you're watching me. It's giving you trying to see how long it's gonna take me to get to where we need to get so we can work together. That's what it's giving. Okay, it's giving you want your girl. Like, trust me, I know that they have reps that like things all day long. I'm aware, but like they liked my video. And I just think that's really, really special. If I have a screenshot of that, I'm gonna insert it right here. They also liked my video when it had less than 11 likes. It had like 11 likes and they liked my video, which means that they really actually like saw me. So I really, really love that. That was really special for me. What was I gonna say? I am verified on Facebook, which I think is so cool. Like, me, it's me. So yeah, I'm verified on Facebook, which I think that's really fun and really special. The growth that I've had with YouTube is crazy. Okay, I want to get back to posting shorts every day, and I want to start giving you guys long form videos on Fridays and Saturdays. I mean, Fridays and Sundays. Fridays and Sundays, I want to give you guys long form videos. So if you guys watched my last vlog, which if you didn't, I need you to pause, okay? Run up on out here and go see my last vlog. You will know that when our car was delivered to our new address, the delivery driver busted our mirror and scratched up the side of our vehicle. And when I tell you guys that me like 2 months ago would have like reacted ridiculously to that situation, I would have been like screaming, cussing, fussing, like threatening folks. I would have been like over the top about it. I remember it happening and I got upset because it like the company wasn't handling it professionally at all. But I just remember laughing because I was like, wow, I wonder what car God is going to give us next. Like, it wasn't an afterthought. It wasn't like a distracting thought. Like, it was literally the first thing that came to my mind. And I was like, look at that. Like, who knew you could grow that much? I was like, it scared me. If we being honest, like that level of growth really scared me because I was like, whoa, girl, like you don't even react to stuff like that. Like, of course I was upset, but truthfully, nobody was in the vehicle. You get what I'm saying? It's not totaled and it's fixable for the time being until we can actually get like a permanent solution. So it was like, why waste the time being upset, you know? And I had other couple situations where like I know the old me would have flipped out. I would have flipped out. And that's not to say that maybe I still didn't get upset or maybe I still didn't get like super irate or distraught about it. But it's just to say that I'm seeing that and I'm learning to correct it. I'm learning to not let my emotions just run away and get so wild and like not have control of them. Like, yes, you can get mad, but like there's a way to display that. At least I feel. All right, guys, so the third thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about today, just to kind of throw into my update, if you were following me on TikTok a couple months ago, well, actually just back in August, honestly, when I was at my mom's house, and if you were following me on Instagram, you would know that I had picked up this book that wound up being for teenagers, but I thought it was cute because the cover was pink and the title was clever. But anyways, I finished the book, so I wanted to give you guys a book review, and I just felt like it'd be easier if I did that here. So here is the book. It's called See You Yesterday, and I don't want to give away too much of the book, but they're trapped in the same day for months, and I think it's really cute. But let's talk about it, right? So this entire book is from one person's point of view. Of course, there's dialogue throughout the book, but it's literally just this one girl talking about every day, the entire book, which I found that to be a little disappointing, I guess you can say, because I would have liked to hear more perspectives. I would have liked to, especially the perspective of the person that she was trapped with, like I would have liked to hear what he had to say as well. So overall, I wound up giving this book, I think, 3 or 4 stars because it was cute and 14-year-old me would absolutely love this book. So I just went ahead and rated it 4 stars. The author is Rachel Lynn Solomon, and I believe that there's a second book, but I'm not gonna read that. But yeah, guys, I think this one was cute, and if you're ever interested, or if you have a 14-year-old, I think that this is appropriate for them to read. There are spicy scenes, so if you're a parent and you do want to give this to your child, just be aware of that. But yeah, so that is kind of my review on this book. Very short and sweet, seeing as how it wasn't made for adults anyway. I'm not gonna go like super detailed. I want to get to the point where I'm reading at least 10 books a month, and for that reason alone, I just went ahead and downloaded Kindle Unlimited again. I had it for a little while, but then I like took it off for some time. Probably like a couple weeks I took it off, like the subscription, but I put it right back on subscription. What a waste of time, right? Right. But anyways, yeah. So I want to get to the point where I'm reading 10 books a month. I'm not sure what my next book will be, but right now life is hectic. Okay, the boys are getting, well, I have a 12-year-old who's in school, and my preschool child, he is getting services to start school. So it's just very, very busy right now. But once that calms down for me, I definitely want to read 10 books a month, in which I want to like include you guys in. We can do like a little book club, which I think will be super fun. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. You already know. Follow me on social media so you can know what I'm doing. All right? All right. All right, guys. So I know that I also had a lot of questions about my fitness business. And I did stop taking clients. The only reason I stopped taking clients was because it was getting really hard to train myself and to train my clients. So I wanted to take some time to focus on myself, and which I did. I have a personal trainer, and we're doing a 90-day program. I'm almost at my second set of 30 days. So I am going to be giving you guys updates, and I'm going to be, you know, showing you the workouts, what I'm eating throughout the rest of the course of this program that I'm doing. I am going to be having my fitness business returned. I have some really exciting news about that, but I'm not ready to share it yet. So when the time is right, you guys will know everything that you need to know about my fitness business. I know that I'm not sure if a lot of you guys really were paying attention to the name, but as far as the name like C. Nicole Fitness, that is not what I will be going by anymore. I just did that because it was a test run. I started in October of 2022. That was the first time I started taking clients, and I made September my last pack of clients that I took. So I spent almost 1 year taking clients, and it has been absolutely beautiful. It's taught me so much, and I genuinely just want to make my program stronger. I want to make it geared towards mothers more, specifically mothers who are like having just a hard time getting through everyday life. Like I want them to have a program as well. And I also want people who need at-home fitness. I want them to have a program and options as well. So make sure you guys are on the lookout for that, because I have so much coming, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. But right now, we just gotta be quiet, okay? So guys, social media goals. Truthfully, I think I told you guys in my last video that I have a goal to reach 500 lovely steppers, okay? 500 steppers by December 31st. That is my huge goal for YouTube. I really believe that I can do it if I stay consistent. I have to stay consistent. The taking breaks, which, I mean, life happens, right? But the taking breaks be eating me up, child. Like, I have to stop. I have to stop. So, I really am looking forward to that. As far as Instagram, I feel like Instagram is not for me. Even though that's where I started. Like, that is where I started posting my content. It's just not fun anymore. Like, it used to be, like, fun, and I used to, like, but everything's like a race, and everything's, so let me teach you how to do this, and grow your account, and you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. And it's like, I just want to post and go. So for that reason, I really be on Facebook heavy. I absolutely love Facebook, and I really want to take my content up on Facebook several notches. I want to give cooking videos. I want to give mom content. Of course, like shorter versions, and like more of like an everyday aspect, if that makes any sense. But I really want to get into my Facebook and my YouTube bag quite heavily. TikTok is really fast for me. I don't really know I don't really know if I'll ever be someone who uses TikTok on a consistent basis. But who knows? That might change, y'all. Like, that might change. Because I never thought I would be on Facebook with my content so heavily when I first started on Instagram. So, who knows? Alright, guys. So, the last little, chit chat point that I had was also my faith talk. I really have been enjoying my Bible study time. However, I need to devote more time. And there's just no excuse. It's just simply like I need to devote more time. There's no but. There's just I need to devote more time. But I am enjoying the intimacy of really building a relationship with Christ again and reading my Bible and reading those stories again. As an adult, they just have so much more meaning. As a child, there was a lot more curiosity and a lot of a wow factor, but as an adult, it's a lot more powerful and a lot more a lot more you just feel convicted, knowledgeable, if that makes any sense. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying a little bit. But I really want to start praying with my kids more. I pray over them, but I want to start praying with them more. That's really something that I need to work on. So I want to start doing that as well. And I want to find us a church now that we are back home. I really want to find us a church. That would be really beautiful to be able to go to church on Sundays as a family. My oldest misses going to church anyway. Me and my husband miss going to church. So it would be really nice to introduce our 4 and 2-year-old to Sunday church services as well. So I'm really hoping that I can find a church, you guys, because I miss going in a house of worship. I guess something about just going into a house of worship, knowing that that's what everyone's here to do, here to give thanks, here to express love, So yeah, hopefully we can find us a church to go to. All right, y'all. So as y'all can see, I got on the blacked out shades because it's time to get into the juiciness, the drama. What's the tea? Okay, it's time to step on in the room with C. Let's talk. All right. I don't even know where to start with this. I am wearing Lorbe, and this is the shade Cry About It. All right. So that's what we're about to do. We're about to cry about it. Someone scammed my family for over $7,000. Okay, I don't think you heard me. Yeah. Someone scammed my family for over $7,000. Let's talk about it. And I'm gonna insert as many screenshots as I can. Okay, so boom. On Wednesday, my husband gets off of work early. He lets me know that he's coming home early. We are hella excited to see each other. We had plans to go out this past weekend. My mom was gonna come down and babysit the boys, and we were gonna go out to celebrate my birthday. As he's getting off work and he's waiting for his subway and all of that stuff, he gets a call from Navy Federal, and I'm gonna insert the screenshot. Now, of course, we learned that this was not actually Navy Federal, but a scammer who was able to spoof the number so that it would appear as though it was the bank calling. Now, you guys, this person called my husband, said that he was a fraud claims specialist, and had really genuinely convinced my husband that his account was compromised. Obviously, he's asking my husband to authenticate his account, so he's getting this information, all this personal information from my husband. So as he's doing this, the fraud specialist from Navy Federal is on the phone, and he's like, okay, telling my husband to, wait a certain amount of time, and that, his account is no longer compromised and everything is good to go, that he no longer has any concern, right? So my husband hangs up with the fraud specialist from Navy Federal, and he calls me. So I'm like, babe, like, oh my gosh, like, someone tried to what? Like, this is crazy. Like, what's going on? Like, did they get anything? Like, you know, like, talk to me. What's going on? So my husband's like, nah, baby, like, we got Navy Fed. Like, you know, they didn't get anything. You know, he called me up trying to stop that. I'm like, So, you know, off rip, I'm like, oh, he called you? So he's like, yeah, like, you know, I'm happy that he did. They must have saw something. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm like, all right, well, I'm just glad that nobody was able to do it. The first red flag was that my husband had received screenshots from this fraud specialist at Navy Federal. And when I looked at the screenshot, the literal first thing I said on the phone with my husband, I was like, where's the timestamp? And he was like, nah, babe, like the timestamp thing, you know I'm skeptical. So, you know, he's like, nah, babe, like da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, all right, like I'm tripping, all right. So as we're on the phone talking to each other, this then, you know, we're thinking that the account is secured. No money has been moved. The account is not compromised. This then prompts me to tell my husband about a time where my ex used my bank account to scam. That's a story for another day. But if you want me to talk about that, let me know in the comments. Anyways, so as I'm telling him the story, a lot of the things that I'm telling him are aligning with like the screenshots that he's seeing. So for instance, he saw that someone deposited a check for $3,500. This is a tactic that they use where they deposit a fake check to then clear out more money in your account. So, you know, when I seen this, I was telling my husband, I'm like, wait, so, you know, do you have that in your account? Like, did you get a deposit today? And then this is where it gets crazy. Stuff starts clicking for him. He's like, wait, nah, I don't get no deposit today. Like, nah, this is incorrect. So he's like, hold on, baby, hold on. And he just bangs on me. So now I'm on pins and needles, right? You guys, after what felt like an eternity, I think I actually might cry. I'm glad I have these on. After what felt like an eternity, I get a text from my husband, and I'm gonna put it right here. Someone stole someone stole over $7,000 from our bank account. I mean, it was just gone in a blink of an eye, and we couldn't understand because it had looked like, you know, Navy Federal was really calling and really checking up on things. When my husband actually got in touch with Navy Federal, he had to report all of this, of course. So it was just heartbreaking. My husband texted me and he said someone stole all of our money. You know, I immediately burst into tears because my man works so hard for everything that we have, and we don't have any help. We don't have any, you know, assistance from family. Neither of us have really big villages. So it was just devastating to lose everything that we had worked so hard for as a family, to just lose it, like, in just the blink of an eye, you guys. This person who just really, like, literally portrayed themselves to be something that they were not, literally scammed us so well, because we're not, you know, I'm 29, my husband's 30, and, you know, we're not, like, oblivious to phone call scams, but it was just the way that he was asking the questions, the reassurance that he was giving to my husband, the fact that he was able to spoof Navy Federal's number so that it would pop up on our caller ID as Navy Federal is just insane to me. Y'all, I felt sick. I felt like somebody knocked the wind out of my chest. So here's where it gets even crazier, right? Someone has already taken over $7,000 from my family. They've already cleared that. I'm on the phone with my mom and I'm like, Mommy, I've got to try to get into this account because they're not just going to come, they're not just going to take money, they're going to try to take this account. And you guys, when I tell y'all that I said that, and then I started getting into my husband's account, so I click forget password, right? And it sends him a code. I'm texting my husband like, yo, hurry up, give me the code, because I know that once the other person who has logged in through the online banking sees that I requested a password, they're gonna know that I'm trying to get back into this account. So I'm gonna insert this screenshot of me like rushing my husband. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. I was like, yo, it does not take that long for you to give me a code, bro. Like, hurry up. So y'all, the scariest shit ever, like I'm not even fucking kidding. Like the scariest thing ever. I text my husband, hey, give me the code. He gives me a code. I change the password, right? The minute I change the password and I log back out the account, I go to log back in the account, the password does not work. So then my husband, out of nowhere, he texts me another code. I'm like, baby, that's not me. I didn't send that code. Hold fast. You feel me? Like, I'll let you know when I send you the code. You guys, my hands were literally like shaking. Like they were literally trembling. I'm like hyperventilating. I'm on the phone with my mama. Okay, I'm trying to stay calm. She don't know what to do because I'm dramatic. So she just letting me have my my moments, rightfully so. You guys, I'm finally able to change the password, and I can see that they started to try to change my husband's email address. They started to try to change his phone number on the account. They added another cell phone device to remember the password and username. So you know how when you can sign into something, more quickly, you don't have to like type it. So yeah, so they were trying to have their phone remembered on the browser so that they could log in more easily. So I was able to clear out all of that information. I was able to erase everything that they did as far as the information that they tried to change, and I was able to change it all back. It was really scary and honestly like hella traumatizing because people are wicked, and you gotta be overcautious. You have to be like overly paranoid because people are really wicked and grimy, and they will do anything. Okay, and it was a lot, but honestly, I was able to stop the account from being taken over to the point where he could then possibly be financially like responsible for the things that they were doing. So my husband, like, he keeps like thanking me for that, and like my oldest son, he keeps calling me Superwoman. He changed my name, my contact picture in his phone. I'm gonna show you guys. But it was just a really rough time, and it was really scary. So I urge you all to just be cautious, be aware, because you just never know what could happen. You just really never know. Like, these people spoofed an actual number, and I mean, that's the only way they were able to convince, along with what they were saying. It's horrible, but it clearly does happen, and I hope that nobody else goes through that, but the reality is that someone will. I will say that at the end of the day, though, we did get our money back. Okay, thank you, God. Thank you, God. God is so good, okay, because he intervened. And of course, thanks to Navy Federal, we were able to get our money back. So that's the only reason y'all are hearing this story, okay, because it had a good ending. But yeah, that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have you ever been scammed before? I think that's crazy. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in my next one.